Good morning. All right, so I wanted to go live on this topic. Are you struggling to change your thoughts and feeling as though it is just impossible? You want a better life. You have these great plans, but you're just feeling stuck as to why you can't just move forward and have success. So, all right, so we've had this conversation before, but bottom line, if you want change, you're going to have to fix this first. So changing our beliefs, yes, it is difficult, but it is not impossible. And think about what would happen if you were able to successfully change your unconscious beliefs and stuff. You know, we always think that it's the thoughts that we are choosing and stuff that are dictating and ruling everything, but it ultimately comes back to the beliefs that we truly have. Like if we're telling ourselves, I am so beautiful, but yeah, and inside we're saying, oh my gosh, no, you're kind of ugly, or you could be better, or you're okay. You know, guess what? You will ultimately, your subconscious will ultimately rule what you do and choose to do. So for example, instead of thinking and feeling, well, I never have enough time to get everything done in my day. There's just never any time for me. Oh, I'm so busy. I can't do it. So what do? You give up and you throw in the towel. Does that sound familiar to you? You know, you wake up and your kids are just not following plan. You had this perfect plan and the kids are having meltdowns and it is just terrible. And I'm trying to fix that real quick. Sorry. So what you focus on, it grows. So if you believe that, you'll never be the type that just finds time, you know. And I never find time in my day for the things that I need to do. So, you know, I never just like have my day go and I'm like, oh my gosh, I actually have some free time. Let's do that. You know, that just doesn't happen. So to build the life that you want is going to take shifting your thoughts from a life that never supports my goals to I live a life that has no time and yet I accomplish everything. So get honest, because you make time for the things that you value and are important to you. And I hear from people all the time, seriously, that I have no time. Even in this group, in the Full of Grace group, I will hear from women who are like, yeah, I don't have any time. I was going to, but I didn't have time to share and post. Yet, if you go to their personal page, they're sharing everything and memes and, you know, family stuff and stupid, silly stuff, and, you know, all over their Facebook page, and clearly they had time. So, you know, if you have time, like I always say, if you have time to read a post, watch a video, scroll Facebook, Instagram, TV, whatever, you have time for self-care. You have time for the things that you said that you wanted. And you're most likely, the reason why you don't have time is not that you don't have time, it's that you're battling low self-esteem and you're wanting to brush it under the rug versus heal it and face it. So as a working mom, you know, I witness women blame their babies and their kids daily as to why they choose to neglect themselves. And again, what you focus on, it grows. So instead of believing that life is conspiring against you, instead change it. Change it to everything works in your favor. And I know at first you're like, yeah, that's BS. But you do have to eventually start shifting your belief like that. So can you imagine, just think about it for a minute. Can you imagine how awesome life would be for you if it shifted into that favor? Like, how would you think if you were somebody who truly believed that life works for you? How would you live? How would you act? How would you walk down the street if you believe that life is working in your favor? How would that change your life? Would you just be like, oh my gosh, this is so depressing? Or would you actually be like, oh my gosh, okay, I can do this, you know? Just who would you be? You know, so when you are changing your beliefs, you have to start first accepting that it's possible and then change that level of energy with your emotions so that your biology can reorganize itself to support it. You know, so you don't have to think about how it will happen and when it's going to happen, because if you start focusing on the how and the when, why is it taking so long? It should be farther along by now. Well, then guess what? It's not going to happen. You know, you just have to make the decision mentally. This is happening. I'm doing it, man. Like, life is supporting me, and you have to believe it. And you have to take the actions, live your life as somebody who is having life support. Like, you just have to, like, kind of go in faith, move forward in faith, have faith in something that you can't see and isn't written in stone that will happen, and you have to just do it. And here's the crazy thing: your brain doesn't know the difference between today, right now, these thoughts and these feelings, and what is actually happening in the story that you are making up in your head. So it doesn't know the difference between that story you're making up and that life that you want to create. It doesn't know the difference. So if you're constantly focusing on life not working for you and against you, guess what? It thinks that's what you want. So it's going to help you to find more stories to create that. So for that change, you're going to have to really focus on the energy of somebody who truly believes and lives as though life supports them. And when doing so, it actually becomes greater and overruling the hardwired programs in your brain that are attached to the emotional addiction of your past. And that is how you're going to actually have that real change. But saying that we're too busy because of our kids, work, whatever it is, or Facebook, or we're just too tired, it allows us to live in a victim state, and we become addicted to it. So that's what I mean about the emotional addiction of our past. We only create excuses, reasons. We think they're reasons. We think, oh my gosh, my kid didn't sleep last night, I have no time, blah, blah, I'm so exhausted, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? It's not a reason. It's just an excuse and a cop-out to make ourselves feel better about not doing what we said that we wanted. So we're blaming somebody else, so we might not be able to control that they're not sleeping through the night, but we can control the actions that we take and what we do and how we live our life. So I guarantee that there has been some point in your life, because you're probably thinking, well, that's never happened. Like, I've never just thought, felt, whatever, and did something differently and had a better life. But I guarantee that if you look back over your life, there's been some point in your life where you were just like, you know what? I don't care anymore. And you throw your hands up. You're like, I am done. It doesn't matter what is going on. I'm going to make this happen. And what happened? You shifted your energy. You focused on it, and you moved mountains. You made it happen. And that was me in 2016. And that's why you see this page and why you're here with me, because this page is dedicated to my growing, so I can see where I'm growing, and also so I can see where I need to grow, because guess what? I still need to grow in a lot of areas. But that moment that you felt that energy, you were sending your body new information. You felt inspired, and you came out of that complacency zone, aka that comfort zone. And because by thought alone, your body moved from living in the same past day after day to living in a new future, and I was excited for that future. You were changing your belief, which changed your life. Remember, because your thoughts control your emotions control your actions or your inactions. But all right, guys, hopefully this helps. Any questions? Let me know.